Om Sada Shiva
Shankaracharya
Sahana Bhavatu Sahaviryam Bhavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastavavidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
So we are reaching the end of this chapter. And this last two verses are not much. So I think we'll quickly go over it. And I was thinking that, like we do the Shanti part every time, Purnamadah, Purnamidam. And we have not been, I have not really explained the meaning to you. So I will take that up also today, if you want to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us go to the 8th Adhyaya. I think we are on the 27th verse. So we will chant.
और एक कान में लगाया इसलिए
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Bhakyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. I'm just muting y'all because somebody's talking, there's some disturbance. All right, so he says, Hey Partha, hey son of Pritha, Arjuna, Janan. Janan means having known, because I've explained to you, right? Having known. Ete Sriti, these two parts. Yogi, na kaschana yogi, no yogi, muhyati, gets deluded, gets confused. And therefore, tasmat, hey Arjuna, what should you do? Sarveshu kaleshu, at all times, yoga yukto bhavaha. Be committed to these two paths. So, etau sriti janan, sriti means gati, margaha. So, having clearly understood these two paths. Now, clearly understood means what? In the manner that I have explained to you. What is the understanding of the two paths?
The Shukla Gati and the Krishna Gati have been explained by Krishna, and Shukla Gati is takes you to Brahmaloka, where you can get, and Krishna Gati takes you back to Punarjanma, because
so Shukla Gati takes you to Krama Mukti via Brahmaloka, and Krishna Gati takes you to Punarjanma. Right? Having understood these things, Yogi Kaschanana Muhyati, the Vaidika, the discriminate seeker, he will never be confused with the results of Karma Marga and Upasana Marga. Right? So we are talking about Karma and Upasana over here. Don't forget. We are not talking about Jnanam at all, because we are still in the 8th chapter. So he will not get Kaschanana Muhyati. He will not get confused about what? What is the result of following Karma Marga? What is the result of following Karma plus Upasana? Therefore, whether I should become only a Karmi, a Karma Yogi, or should I add Upasana to my daily routine, I will not be confused about that. And therefore, he says, Arjuna, you are an intelligent person. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, at all times, yoga yukta bhavaha. May you do karma, but may you add upasana to that also. Do karma, upasana, samuchaya. You must have both, right? So you can do your duties, panchayagnya, all that you have to do, but you have to have saguna, ishvara, upasana also. Again and again I will repeat, this is saguna, ishvara, upasana, because jnanam is not referred to here. Jnanam is nirguna, ishvara, dhyanam or jnanam. That is 7th chapter. Again we will see it in the 9th chapter. But in the 8th chapter, the comparison is between karma and upasana. And while that is not the recommended course of action, if you find that you are unable to come to jnana yoga, then this chapter is for you. So if you are unable to come to jnana yoga, you have to come to two things only, karma and upasana. And if you are forced to choose between the two, always choose upasana. Upasana here means karma plus upasana. You must always choose. And if you want a one-line summary of this, all the teaching so far in this chapter, what is it? Never forget Ishvara. Ishvara should be central in your life. Okay. Now we look at the 28th verse. We will chant. This is, of course, a different chandaha. What chanda is this?
Vishtuk Chand.
Vishtuk chanda. So we'll chant that. Vedeshu agneshu tapassu chaiva.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu
chaiva.
Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtham.
Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva.
Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva.
Yogi param sthanamupayati chadyam.
Yogi param sthanamupayati chadyam.
Iti Srimad Bhagavad Geeta su Upanishatsu.
Srimad Bhagavad Geeta Upanishatsu.
Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre.
Brahmavidyayam Yogashastre.
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama Ashtamo Dhyayaha.
Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama Ashtamo Dhyayaha.
Okay. So, idam viditva. Idam, all this that I have told you, viditva, having known what? Karma and yoga, and practiced it also. Yogi atyeti. Atyeti means transcends, goes beyond. The seeker, he goes beyond. What? Tat sarvam punya phalam. All that punya phalam, which means all the punyam which is generated, yat pradishtham. Pradishtham means that which is laid out as a promise, that if you do all these karmas and upasanas, what does Veda Purva say? That you will get punya phalam. So yat pradishtham here means all that punya phalam which is promised to you in the Veda, Purva Veda. What happens to that? Tat sarvam punya phalam yogi atyeti. The yogi will go beyond all that punya phalam. And he gives some examples. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva. If you study the Vedas, yajneshu, if you do yajnas, tapaha, if you do tapaha, cha eva, and also daneshu, if you indulge in charity, and upaiti param cha adhyam sthanam. He achieves what? He achieves the param sthanam, the primal cause, supreme cause of creation he achieves. So in English, basically, having known, or rather having understood and practiced all that I have told you, you will go beyond all the punya phalam which is been promised to you in the Veda. What kind of punya phalam? By study of Vedas, doing yajnas, austerities, doing charity, all this you will go beyond. And having gone beyond, where will you go? You will attain the supreme and primal residence of Ishvara. So yogi idam sarvam viditva. Yogi here means what? Karma yogi or upasana yogi?
A yogi who's doing upasana along with karma.
Yogi means Saguna Ishvara Upasaka, which means that you are doing Karma Yoga, Panchamaha Yajna you are doing, and you are doing Upasana also. Sarvam Viditva. Idam Sarvam Viditva means you have understood all that I have taught you in this chapter. And having clearly understood this teaching, what happens? Param Sthanam Upaiti. You get Karma Mukti. And then, because of that, you get Jivan Mukti. So that is represented here by Param Adhyam Sthanam. So Adhyam is the first, right? And Param is the highest, and Sthanam is the destination. So the first highest destination, which is nothing other than Nitya Ishvara. So that Nitya Ishvara you get. So Param Adhyam Sthanam Upaiti. If you add all that, you are saying that you will go to that place from which there is no return, which means you will get Jivan Mukti. And therefore Krishna is saying that this result, which is here, is far beyond what is promised by mere punyam. Just punyam, like for example, upasana phalam is greater than karma phalam. That is what is being stated. But the last line is stating that if you do all this, you will get mukti also. And to illustrate that upasana phalam is greater than karma phalam, Krishna enumerates a few karmas. So Vedeshu. So Vedeshu here doesn't mean Jnana Yoga. Why?
This is about karma and upasana. Jnanam is not.
We are talking about Karma Mukti. Exactly.
Yeah.
Karma and Upasana. So Vedeshu here basically doesn't mean Jnana Yoga. Veda means, here Vedeshu means Veda Parayanam, chanting of the Vedas. Chanting of the Vedas is supposed to give you punyam. So Vedeshu, chanting the Vedas. Yajnayeshu, performing all the yajnas, rituals mentioned in the Vedas. Tapahasu, practice of several types of austerities. Daneshu, doing charities. And by doing all this, yat punya phalam pradishtham. Purva Veda promises you punya phalam for all this karma. And but tat sarvam atyeti. This upasana phalam which we are talking about is superior to all these karma phalams promised by the Veda, because karma phalam gives finite swarga. Upasana phalam takes you to Brahma Loka, and after going to Brahma Loka, you have the choice to sit with Brahmaji and learn the Veda, the Atma Jnanam. Having learned Atma Jnanam, you will get Mukti. And therefore, Upasana phalam is said to be superior to Karma phalam. Not simply in terms of the quality only, but because Upasana gives you the opportunity to get Mukti. Brahma Mukti, but Mukti. While Karma doesn't do that. And therefore, in his commentary, Shankara adds a very potent line. He says that it's not sufficient to know how to do the upasana. You must actually do it. And therefore, Arjuna, he says, take to Saguna Upasana, Saguna Ishvara Upasana. Remember the Lord all through your life. Because only if you remember the Lord all through your life, then only you will be able to remember at the time of the death. Why does he say this?
That will become your Ishwar Vasana.
Because Ishvara Vasana will be the only thing which will be available at the time of death, because it will come in automatically.
Seventh question of Arjuna's.
Yeah.
Prayana kale cha katham jnyosi nitya atmabhihi. How will I remember Ishvara at the time of Prayana kala? And therefore, that is the answer. That Saguna Ishvara Upasaka you have to become. And if you become a Saguna Ishvara Upasaka, what are you doing? Throughout your life, you are doing Upasana. And if you do Upasana throughout your life, it becomes a Vasana. It becomes a natural trait to you. And therefore, since you remember Ishvara throughout your life, naturally, at the time of your death also, there is no option but to remember Ishvara. The seventh question has been answered also. Remember that the first 6 questions were answered in 2-3 verses. The entire chapter on Saguna Upasana is basically to answer the 7th question. How do I remember Ishvara at the end of my life? So the answer to that is in one line. Never forget Ishvara in throughout your life, and then you will remember at the end of your life. So with this, we'll stop that chapter 8 discussion. Any questions? No questions?
Acharya ji, a karma yogi also doesn't forget Ishvara anytime because all his actions are Ishvara centric,
Correct.
except
Karma yogi
that
doesn't
he
have the
doesn't
option
meditate.
to what they call go to Brahmaloka. Karma yogi, even if he is doing the offering to Ishvara, karma, right? Karma yoga here means Pancha Mahayagnya, all those things. He has Ishvara as an offering, but he's not doing the upasana, he's doing the meditation itself. The meditations are very specific. You have to do Virata Upasana, you have to do, Antarami Upasana, or Hiranyagarbha Upasana, all these things are there. So Upasana is different. Upasana is actually sitting and trying to recall the form, the aspects of the what they call deity, right? Deity. It is mental. It is mansika karma, not kaika karma. Karma yoga is kaika karma. Upasana is manasika karma.
Ji,
So that is the difference.
thank you.
Okay. So, I mean, only 20 minutes are over, so I thought I would tell you this about the Shanti Patha, which we do every day, but I've never really explained. So it is Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vasishya. So Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Remember, there is, unlike the other Shanti Pathas, in this there is no swara. There is all, the swara is all uniform. You don't lower the note or change the note. It is all Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashishyate. There is no up and down over here, right? Except, of course, in the Shantis. There is Om Shantish Shantish Shanti. In that, the Sha is the lower note, the A is higher note. I think these are all small things which you already know because of your chanting classes. And this Shantipata is from the Yajurveda. Okay. Now, in this Shantipata, there's a uniqueness is there. Most Shantipathas, what are they? In fact, all the other Shantipathas, what are they?
Preliminary.
Every Veda has one Shanti Patha.
No, but what is it you do when you chant the Shantipata?
Guru's student, you invoke the
No, most
blessing.
Shantipathas,
It is a prayer to it is prayer to ask for body steadiness, health, and being attentive for the gain the knowledge.
Right. So it's a prayer to the Lord to remove obstacles at the physical and mental level. Right. Most Shantipathas say that give me strength and the organs be healthy, let my mind be focused, let me be free from all obstacles, let me not have a fight with that guru. All these things are there in the Shantipatha. Let me all have peace, peace, peace. Right. So in all Shantipathas, it is a prayer asking for something. Excepting this one. This Shantipatha, do you see any asking? There is no asking. This Shantipatha is a statement. And this statement is a statement of fact. Right? And this statement of fact is what is being the essence of all the Vedas is being repeated here. Essentially, this Shantipatha is unique in the sense that it is a summarization of the entire Vedanta. That is what is special about the Shantipatha. This Shantipatha summarizes all Vedantic teaching. which should be obvious because the first word is what? Purnam Adaha. Adaha means that. That means Tat. When you say Tat Padartha, what should you remember?
Tattvamasi, from that you're saying.
Tattvamasi. In
Yeah.
Tattvamasi, what is Tat Pada mean?
Brahma.
Brahman, Ishvara, right? So Purnam Adaha. That Brahman is Purnam. That's what it means. That Brahman, that Ishvara is Purnam. Purnam means Sarvavyapi. Shankara translates Purnam as Sarvavyapi, all pervading. All pervading means infinite. Because all pervading means there is no place where it is not there. And therefore it is infinite. So Purnamadaha means that Tatpada, that Ishvara of Tattvamasi, he is infinite, he is all pervading. So the first Adaha, Purnamadaha refers to Ishvara. Then, so Ishvara is Purnam, is the meaning of Purnamada. Ishvara is all pervading. Right? Now, Purnam Idam. Idam means this. And by the same logic, from Tattvamasi, therefore, Tvam Padhartha is what is mentioned by, is what is referred to by Idam. In Tattvamasi, if Tat Padhartha is Paramatma, what is Tvam Padhartha?
Jivatma.
Jiva. Right? So he is saying Jiva is Purnam. So Purnamada means Ishvara is Purnam. Purnam Idam means this Jivatma is also Purnam. So Purnamada, Purnamidam. Ishvara is Purnam and Jivatma is Purnam. Okay. Now, you all know, because we have done a lot of Shastra so far. In analyzing Shastra, there are two types of meanings that can be given to a particular word. What are they?
Lakshat and Vakshat.
Lakshya
Vasyartha
and
and
Lakshya.
Lakshya. Vasyartha is what?
The straight meaning.
Literal meaning.
The
Literal.
direct dictionary meaning, literal meaning. Vacyartha is always direct literal meaning. Lakshyartha is an implied or a
Implied
secondary
meaning.
meaning. Right. Now, Mimamsa rules say that while interpreting Shastram, any word of Shastram, you cannot straight away go to Lakshyartha. You have to, the sequence is Vachyartha, then Lakshyartha. So if you go to Lakshyartha first, you are violating Mimamsa rules. And therefore, what should you do? First, apply the Vachyartha only if that Vachyartha meaning does not fit into the context. If it gives you a unacceptable meaning of the word, then only can you go to Lakshyartha. Right? Now apply that here. You are making a statement, Purnam Adaha. That Ishvara is infinite. Can you accept that statement? Does it, in Purnam here means Sarvavyapi. So when you say Tat Ishvara is Purnam, you are saying Ishvara is Sarvavyapi. Is it an acceptable statement?
Yes.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
acceptable because you have to understand the logic also. It is acceptable because don't say Shastra, because you are analyzing Shastra itself. Shastra says Ishvara is Purnam, but you are trying to analyze whether I can accept that statement logically or not. That is Mimamsa. So the argument that Shastra says Ishvara is infinite is not the correct argument. Is there anything which is my Anubhava or my Pratyaksha Pramanam which can disprove that interpretation that Ishvara is infinite? Because that is the Vachyartham you have taken. But you have not seen Ishvara. Your eyes are not capable of seeing Ishvara. So there is no Pratyaksha Pramanam. There is no logical inference also, Anubhava also. There is no Anumanam also, by which you can say that Ishvara is not infinite. Therefore, I can accept that statement that Purnam Adaha is correct. Clear?
Yes.
There is no, what you call, conflict in my mind when I accept Purnamada. is Tat Pada Ishvara is Sarvavyapi, is all pervading. That statement I can accept without any conflict in my intellect. But when I say Purnam Idam, this Jivatma is infinite, is there a conflict in my mind?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Because you, the Jivatma, you cannot pervade even half the room. How can you be Sarvavyapi? Therefore, while in Tatpada of Tatmamasi, while in the Purnam Ada part, you are able to accept the Vachyartham. In Purnam Idam part, you are not able to accept the Vachyartham. Clear?
Yes.
If you are not able to accept the Vachyartham, then you have to necessarily choose the other one, the Lakshyartham. Right. Now go back to Jiva. What is the Vachyartham of Jiva? Vachyartham is Atma plus Shariram. Matter plus consciousness. That is the Vachyartham. So if the Vachyartham cannot be accepted as Purnam, then you have to do what is known as Bhagatyaga Lakshanam. What is Bhagatyaga Lakshanam? It's simple Hindi. Bhag ka tyag karna. What does it mean?
किसी एक हिस्से को separate कर देना.
Dropping one part. Bhagatyaga means dropping one part. Bhaga is part, Tyaga is renunciation. Bhagatyaga means dropping one part. And therefore this Jiva has Atma and Shariram as the combination, and you are not able to accept Purnam, so you have to drop one part. One Bhaga has to be Tyagofied. What do you drop?
Sharira.
No.
Shariram you drop. And therefore you drop the body, and therefore you have now got what? Only Atma. You have no difficulty in accepting the fact that Atma is infinite.
Hmm.
Right? So, while you are able to accept the Purnam part of Ishvara as Vachyartha, you have to accept the Lakshyartha part of Jiva as Purnam. Okay. Now, remember therefore that Ishvara is also infinite from the Lakshyartha. What is the Vachyartha of Ishvara?
The Swarup or the deity that we worship?
No. Ishvara I am saying. What is the Vachyartha? Come on, guys. Any TT students over here?
Sir, is it Brahman plus
Brahman plus Maya.
Simple.
Maya.
Brahman plus Maya. That is Vachyartha of Ishvara.
All right.
So you put it in English. What does it mean?
Atma Anatma?
Atma, Anatma. Okay.
Mhm.
What is the Anatma in Ishvara?
The Upadhi,
Maya.
Which is what?
Maya,
Which
Maya.
is what?
Upadhi.
No, which is what? Body. What is the body of Ishvara?
Entire creation.
Entire universe. Okay. So remember that Vachyartha of Ishvara is also Atma plus Anatma. But in that case, the difference is what? Atma is infinite, Anatma is also infinite. So you have no difficulty accepting the Purnam part of Ishvara without an analysis. But while you are saying you are accepting Vachyartha as infinite, remember that even Lakshyartha is infinite. And that is why you have no difficulty accepting Vachyartha of Ishvara. I hope I'm making sense. It's a bit involved. Any doubts? Okay, no doubts. So, what have we arrived at? Vachyartha or Lakshyartha wise, Ishvara is Purnam, all pervading. Lakshyartha wise, Jiva is all pervading. Right. Now, since we are taking Lakshyartha of Jiva as all-pervading, let us also consider Lakshyartha of Ishvara, which is also all-pervading. Now we have a second problem. What is the second problem? We are saying Ishvara is all-pervading. We are saying Jiva is all-pervading. Do you see a logical contradiction?
Yes, how can two things be all pervading?
How can two things be infinite? Because if there are two things, then one thing limits the other thing, means neither is infinite. So what is the conclusion?
Both are the same.
Ishvara
Yes.
and Jiva have to be the
Are
same
the same.
Purna Vastu. Therefore, you are, by this particular mantra, it is a mantra, mind you, by this mantra, you are indicating Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. And Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam is what? Another word for that. So Jivatma Paramatma
Mahavakya.
Aikyam Vakyam is called a Mahavakyam.
Mahavakya.
So this is a Mahavakyam. Thus the Tat Pada Lakshyartha is the same as the Tvam Pada Lakshyartha. And such a thing is called a Mahavakyam. Thus Purnamadam, Purnamidam is Mahavakyam. Where Purnada can be Vachyartha, Lakshyartha, Purnamidam is Lakshyartha. For the sake of convenience, understanding, we take Lakshyartha of both. So that is the explanation for the first line. Purnamadam, Purnamada, Purnamidam. What is next? Purnat, Purnam Udachyate. Literally, Purnat, from Purnam. From that Purnam, Purnam Udachyate. Purnam is born. So from that Purna Ishvara, you have to connect it to the earlier line also. There are two Purnams. So from that Purna Ishvara, this Purna Jiva is born. Okay, this is the meaning of Purnat, Purnam Udachyate. The first Purnam represents Purna Ishvara. The second Purnam represents Purna Jiva. From that Purna Ishvara, Tat Padartha, this Purna Jiva, Tvam Padartha is born. Again apply the same Vachyartha, Lakshyartha logic. From Purnam, Purnam is born. Purnam is infinite. Purnam exists in all periods of time. Purnam is all pervading. Where is the question of another Purnam coming out of this Purnam? And therefore, Vachyartha meaning cannot be taken. Right? Agreed?
Yes.
From one infinite, another infinite cannot come.
Yes.
Because infinite means all pervading. From one all pervading entity, if another entity comes, how can it be all pervading? How can it come at all? Right? Because anything coming separately is going to make the first Purnam not Purnam. And therefore, this Vachyartha meaning is absurd and cannot be taken. Right? Because if Purnam is born, first of all, Purnam cannot be born. And secondly, again, after the birth, you're talking about two Purnams. So this is completely against logic. Therefore, Vachyartha meaning has to be dropped. Therefore, from the, what does the Upanishad mean? Upanishad will mean that from the standpoint of the Upadhi, the Purna Jiva is born out of Purna Ishvara, not from the standpoint of the consciousness itself. The standpoint of the bodies, Purna Jiva is born out of Purna Ishvara, which means that the Jiva's individual body, the Vyashti Shariram, and the Ishvara's body, the Samashti Shariram, they have got a connection. What is that connection? It's a Karya Karana Sambandha. Creator, created connection is there. From the Sopadika Drishti, what does Sopadika mean?
With the Upadhi.
With the
With the
Upadhis.
Upadhis.
From the Drishti of the Upadhis, Ishvara and Jiva are different. One is creator, one is created. They can never be one. Though the created is never separate from the creator, it is not the same. But from the Nirupadhika Drishti, without the upadhis, there is no difference, because the seeming difference is only because of the upadhis. And that is why in Vedanta we talk about pot space being born. When you say pot space is born, what are you actually saying? Space is born or pot is born?
Pot is.
Pot is born. Space can never be born. Why do you say pot is born? Because you are looking at it from the pot drishti, sopadika drishti, and that is the way you say pot is born. But from the nirupadika drishti, from the space point of view, the pot space ghata akasha is never born. Similarly, from the body point of view, jiva is born. From the consciousness point of view, jiva is unborn, he is never born. So that is that line. Okay. Then Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Avishyate. Okay. Avishyashate. So Jiva and Ishvara, we said, are Purnam essentially, because they are both consciousness. We also said Jiva and Ishvara, though essentially Purnam, from the nature of consciousness alone, from the Lakshyartha, they are both Purnam, but from the Vachyartha, Jiva and Ishvara have got a Karya Karana Sambandha, because when you look at the Vachyartha of both, one Upadhi is infinite and one Upadhi is finite. And therefore, if we accept that, we have to say that Ishvara has got a body and Jiva also has a body. Right? Now, if you accept Jiva body and Ishvara body being there, how can you talk about the Purnatvam of the one who is having the body? So, Shariram is the body, Shariri is the one who has a body. Right? We have seen this word before, Shariri. Shariri is the one who has the body, possesses the body. So Jiva is a Shariri because he's got a individual body. Ishvara is a Shariri because he has got a Samashti body. How can you talk about the Purnatvam of the Shariri? Right? In other words, if you accept the Anatma, how can you talk of the Purnatvam of the Atma? The Anatma is the Shariram, the Atma is the Shariri. There are two things, Atma and Anatma. How can you talk about the Purnatvam? Because the moment there are two things, there is a boundary. Neither is infinite. You are following the argument?
Yes, Acharya.
It's
Yes.
very important. Step by step, I'm going. Okay. Anywhere you don't understand, please ask.
Acharya, one small thing I wanted to understand.
Yeah.
When we say that the pot is created or the pot space is created, can we
Yeah.
also say that the whole space, the infinite space was divided, like a part of the space is inside the pot? Because this is the separation, this is the separation pravatti na,
Yeah.
jisme
But what actually happens is that it is a spot which is inside the space. You cannot say space is inside the pot. Because when the pot breaks, it's not as if the space from the pot comes out and merges. It is just that the container is broken. The space remains as before.
Yes.
So that's why you don't say that wall divides space. Though we all say the room is separate, actually it just means the walls are there in the space. And that seeming separation you call a room. So here that is what we're saying, that since there is a Shariri and there is a Shariram, there are two things. Shariri is the Atma and Shariram is the body. When there are two things, there is duality. When there is duality, how can you talk about Purnatvam Advaitam?
Yes.
Right? So that's a question.
Also, Acharya, like Ishwar can never do karma, but Jiva has this relationship with karma.
Well, we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
So now how to address this question of Atma, Anatma business? There are two. How to address that question? For this, what can be the answer? Why is it that the Shariram cannot said to be limiting the Shariri? They're all advanced students, they should know.
Mithya.
Correct.
Yes.
Shariram
Satyam
is
and Mithya.
Shariram is Mithya.
Hmm.
Now the point is, where in this mantra does it say that Shariram is Mithya? Remember, Shariram Mithya is not mentioned at all in the mantra. We have to derive it. What is the derivation? Purnasya. Purnasya means, and very, very carefully you have to listen to the explanation. Purnasya means from that Sopadika Jiva. What is Sopadika Jiva? Mixture of body and consciousness, mixture of Shariri and Shariram. From that Jiva, who is a mixture of matter and consciousness, body and consciousness, Purnam Adaya, remove the consciousness part. Purnasya, Purnam Adaya, remove the consciousness part. What should remain?
Logically, Anatma will remain. if you remove
Logically,
the-
matter should remain.
Mhm.
When from Sopadika Jiva, which is a mixture of Shariri and Shariram, you are removing the Shariri, what should remain is the Shariram only. But what does the mantra say? Purnam eva avishyashate. Purnam alone remains. What remains is still the Shariri. So that's the brilliant part of it. From the mixture of Shariri and Shariram, you remove Shariram. Sorry, remove Shariri. What should remain is Shariram. What Upanishad says, what remains is still the Shariri. When you remove the Shariri part, Shariram should remain. But Upanishad says, Shariram does not remain. What remains is only the Shariri. What does it mean? When Shariri is there, the Shariram seems to exist. When Shariri is gone, Shariram does not exist. What does it show? Shariram has got a dependent
Dependent
existence
existence.
upon the Shariri, which is what? Mithya. The body is Mithya. So Shariram must be Mithya. The pot form and the pot name exists. But when the clay is gone, neither the pot form nor the pot name exists. Name and form is Mithya from the Vedantic point of view. This is the
Maybe one question here.
Yes, Kush.
Shariri, how can Shariri go? Because Shariri is the only reality.
Yeah.
So when the mantra says that Shariri is gone, but
You are saying I am removing the Shariri. Right.
okay,
Then Shariram should exist. But mantra is saying Shariram doesn't exist when you remove Shariri. So you look at it in that point of view.
okay,
That understanding is when Shariri is there, Shariram is there. When Shariri is removed, Shariram is also not there.
But the Shariri is still there.
No. So that is the way of explaining. When you say Shariri is still there, you are meaning that Shariram is not there. So it is Anvaya Vatireka. Shariram there, Shariri there, Shariram there. Shariri not there, Shariram not there. Therefore, Shariram dependent upon Shariri. That is what the Anvaya Vyatireka part of it is. So that's the meaning. And
Acharyaji, why is
now
it
when you
called a
chant, I hope.
Shanti Patha?
Sorry?
Why is it called a Shanti Patha?
It is a Shanti Patha. It's part of the Shanti Pathas. Shanti Pathas are those which appear in the Upanishad as Shanti Patha. So it is
But
a
as
Shanti
you
Patha-
said, it is a statement of
correct,
fact.
but it is a Shanti Patha appearing in the Yajurveda. So it's called a Shanti Patha. In fact, it actually appears in the middle of the Yajurveda somewhere. But then you bring it back to the opening for consistency's sake. So when you study, say, for example, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, you will find that this is what is the first. Though actually it appears in the middle of the Upanishad, but most acharyas, for consistency's sake, they take it as Shanti Patha because Shanti Patha is what comes first.
Okay, thank you.
So with this, we'll stop for today. From the next class, we'll start.
Om
on-
Acharya,
Yeah.
thank you for the brilliant explanation. For many, many years, I was reciting it without knowing what it meant at all. But today, it's like really very clear what we exactly mean to say when we recite the Shanti Patha.
Yeah.
Thank you, Acharya.
All right. Thank you so much. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam
Purnamidam
Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vashyate.
Eva
Om
Vashishyate.
Shanti
Om
Shanti
Shanti
Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Om
Om
Namah
Tat Sat.
Shivaya. Thank you for your
Om
patience.
Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Thank you, Acharya.